Targeting tax objective number 4. The student will formulate and use linear equations and inequalities. In problem number 1, we are told the linear equation y equals negative x plus 1 is graphed below. Find the value of x if negative x plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 8. We're going to treat this equation negative x plus 1 equals 2x minus 8 as a system of equations. So we need to separate them and write them as two equations. So we'll begin by letting y1 equal negative x plus 1 and y2 would equal 2x minus 8. Since y1 is already graphed on the graph, you could graph your y2 on the graph and find the point of intersection. But to keep from making simple errors, we'll use our graphing calculator to solve this problem. Now we're ready to graph these two lines. So we'll go to our y equals, clear out anything that's there, and let's input negative x plus 1 in our y1, 2x minus 8 in our y2. We'll zoom 6. There's y1, there's y2. We want to locate the x value of this intersection. To do that, we're going to use our calculate menu. Second, calculate, and if you look down at number 5, it says intersect. So we want to go down to number 5 or hit number 5. It asks us for the first curve. This means, is this one of the lines that you want to find the intersection of? So hit enter. Second curve, your cursor is on the second line, so hit enter. Guess, move your cursor towards the point of intersection and hit enter. The point of intersection is at 3, negative 2. We want to select the x value off the calculator, since the problem said find the value of x, and select the correct answer. The correct answer then is C, 3. No solution is an answer when the two lines are parallel and have the same slope. Problem number 2. If the point x negative 3 is a solution to the equation 5x minus 2y equals 20, what is the value of x? Record your answer on the provided grid. Be sure to use the correct place value. In order to find the solution, we need to put our equation in slope-intercept form so we can graph it. So begin by rewriting your equation. 5x minus 2y equals 20, and solve for y. To do that, we will begin by moving the 5x over. So we get negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 20. Now we need to divide each term by negative 2. Let's simplify and get y equals 5 halves x minus 10. Now in our problem we are told that the value of y is negative 3. So we want to substitute in a negative 3 for y. We will now treat this as a system of equations. So we are going to separate this into two lines that we can graph. y1 will be equal to negative 3. y2 will equal 5 halves x minus 10. Now we will use our graphing calculator to graph these two lines and find the point of intersection. Go to y equal on your calculator. Our y1 is negative 3. Enter. Our y2 is parentheses 5 halves x minus 10. Zoom 6. There's our y1. There's our y2. There's the point of intersection that we're looking for. So second, trace, which will give us our calculate menu. Number 5. This is the first curve. Hit enter. Second curve. If you can't see your cursor, you can move it. Enter. Move for a guess. Enter. Our point of intersection is at 2.8, negative 3. Since we're looking for the x value, we want to record the 2.8 on our grid. And then record below by bubbling in. In problem number 3, the enrollment of Dexter High School in 1996 was 1,875 students. In 2001, the enrollment was 2,350 students. If the enrollment continues to increase at this rate, what is the best estimate of the enrollment in 2012? To do this, we are again going to get a linear equation. So we need to get our points. Our points will come from the words in the problem. We are first told that in 1996 we have 1,875 students. So that gives us our first point. Next we are told that in 2001 we have 2,350 students. That gives us our second point. Now we can go and input this into STAT. So hit STAT, Edit. If you have anything in your list, clear that out. In list 1 will go our X values, which in this case represents our years. 1996 and 2001. Our Y values, which represent our enrollment, 1,875 and 2,350. Now we're ready to STAT, calculate a linear regression. To keep from making errors, we're going to paste this equation in to our y equals. So go to y equals. If you have any equation there, clear it out. Remember, we're going to go to the vars key, number 5, which is statistics, and over to equation. Number 1 says regression equation. Now, to estimate the enrollment in 2012, we're going to use our table. We want to go to second table set. Since this problem began counting in 1996, we will have our table start at 1996. Then go second table. Now we need to arrow down to 2012. In 2012, there is an estimate of 3,395 students. So the correct answer for this problem is F. Now let's go over the targeted skills. In problems number 1 and 2, We used our calculate function to find an intersection. We put each side of an equation into y equals and calculated the intersection. In problem number 3, we created ordered pairs from the words in the problem and found a regression equation. We pasted that equation into y equals using our vars key and then used our table to make a prediction. Remember, sometimes you have to start your table set other places than 0 so you don't have to scroll down so far to get your estimate. This concludes targeting tax objective number 4. The student will formulate and use linear equations and inequalities.